Hello, my name is Norma Ramos-Zamudio, and my presentation is on job ambiguity from poor training. Here is our table of contents. Okay, what is job ambiguity? This is when an employee is uncertain about their job objectives, responsibilities, work methods, and priorities. What causes job ambiguity? So inadequate new employee orientation and training can cause this. Having a vague description of what your responsibilities and tasks are can cause this. Generally, just poor communication with unclear policies. And this can also lead to work-related stress. Also, new employee training is very important. And this is the initial training that will allow a new hire to become familiar with the company's objectives, principles, company policies, and this is where you learn what your job tasks and responsibilities are and how to perform them. Example of job ambiguity in the workplace. So this is James. He's a newly hired grad. This is his first day at work. HR manager just gives him his company ID and sends him off to his department. He was briefly introduced to his boss and coworkers, but James was not given any orientation or proper training regarding the company policies, his tasks and responsibilities, and now his coworkers are currently busy working on a deadline, and James does not know how or what to do. He feels unsure about the task he needs to complete, therefore causing confusion and stress. Life problem. So this is how job ambiguity was caused by the inadequate and new employee training that I received. I was hired as an office clerk, and at the time when I started my first day, I was told that my training was supposed to last 2 days. My initial meeting with the HR manager consisted of her just giving me my key card and briefly introducing me to my supervisor. My training was shortened to 4 hours. I did shadow a seasoned employee from 8 till 12. After lunch, I was told that I was going to be left on my own. I was still very much unsure of what my tasks and responsibilities were, as I was not given clear instructions on exactly what I needed to be responsible for. A couple of months after, I was transferred into a new department, which I had no prior experience, and again, I received inadequate training, which is what caused the job ambiguity. I was just left to shadow an employee again for about a day, but I was not given a sense of clear guidelines and clear responsibilities or instructions on what exactly my tasks were. I was following what she was doing, but that was not exactly what I had to do. Therefore, I felt unprepared and unqualified for this new position, and this resulted in a lot of stress, and my job performance definitely declined. This also resulted in my coworkers getting my workload, therefore them falling behind. I was falling behind. The whole department was behind because I was not properly trained, and it was causing a lot of extra work for all of us. I was constantly feeling lost. I was constantly feeling like I did not have any support from my supervisors whenever I would ask for help or extra, clarification. I was just dismissed. Therefore, I ended up quitting about 3 months later because I could not deal with the work overload. I could not deal with the stress, the job ambiguity that this was all result in. The textbook discusses the importance and the benefits of providing adequate new employee orientation and training. It states that new hires that receive adequate initial training are more satisfied and less likely to quit than workers who receive little initial training. This training should also include a substantial number of details regarding the department's objectives. It should also specify how to properly perform the required job functions. Therefore, it will minimize job ambiguity and worker stress. This introductory employee orientation and training is essential in producing efficient staff members. The research was a correlational study that examined the effect of role conflict and role ambiguity on an individual's job performance. The hypothesis was that the individual's performance effectiveness will be reduced as role conflict and role ambiguity increase simultaneously. And it was found that employees who experienced a single stressor were still able to use their personal experience and capabilities to efficiently deal with the stressor without it having a negative impact on their job performance. However, when the employees experience both role conflict and job ambiguity at the same time, their job performance did decrease. They did show lower levels of job performance when both of these were present. That I would provide detailed trainings using the step-by-step model. I would specify how to properly perform the required job functions, would set clear job goals and provide performance feedback. I would also have employees complete a survey about how clear they are about their job roles. This will minimize the risk of job ambiguity in the workplace.